Hello and welcome back to Morsels and Motors. This is the first in a series of videos, I don't know how many there'll be, on the kind of restoration and recommissioning of this, which is my 1983 Vauxhall Cavalier Mark II. I don't particularly like filming tinkering videos because it's quite hard work, balancing the camera, setting things up and actually doing stuff. And also when I look at my channel kind of statistics, not that many people watch the more tinkering kind of videos. People seem to prefer the more kind of taking cars out for a drive, reviewing videos. But there's still plenty of people who do watch the tinkering ones and who do watch the restoration series, for example, on the Mark I Fiesta. And I quite like sharing the journey of taking the car from where it was to where it's going to be. So I am going to do these videos, but they are going to be a little bit rough and ready. I'm just going to be using a handheld phone most of the time, and I'm not going to be using my posh clip-on microphones because they just get in the way of trying to do stuff on a car. So there we go. First things first, let's get the Cavalier moved out so I can get a bit of better access to it. It's rammed up against the fence. Eagle-eyed viewers may notice that the car is now at home and not at my unit where it was dropped off, and that is absolutely correct. On Friday I very bravely taxed the car and insured it and drove it down the 10 miles or so from my unit. I'd already been up there and put a new fuel filter on it and a couple of cans of fuel on it beforehand and kind of checked everything over, and it drove really well. It was so good. I'll do a proper video drive at some stage when everything is sorted on the car, but yeah, I was really impressed with how it drove. It was nice and smooth, so refined, pretty quick. I'm going to really enjoy owning this car, I suspect. Little task on the Cavalier to start with is the passenger sun visor has kind of broken. So to start with, the mechanism, it doesn't hold it in place. It sort of flops down and taps you on the head. The previous owner has obviously known that, opened it up and tried to repair it, and has then stuck it back together again with some horrible duct tape, which has left all this residue everywhere. And basically it just won't work. It won't stay up. The mechanism inside has sort of snapped in some way and it just doesn't stay. So I have sourced a new one. Let's fit it. And done! It now works. It stays there, it kind of stays there, and more importantly, stays up there on the roof, because the other one didn't. It was kind of hanging down there and you kept banging your head to it. So woohoo, one job done. That's the new sun visor. The old one's actually really dirty, so this came actually as a pair, so I'm going to replace the driver's one as well so that they match and they're nice and clean. Okay, one of the big things that's been bugging me about this car is the black tape that seems to be holding on part of the driver's door mirror. So I'm going to take the tape off and investigate what it's hiding. Why is there tape there? Oh, is it maybe that it's just, I assumed it was cracked or something, but actually is it maybe that the solid plastic, this is like a hard plastic, and this bit's actually a rubber. I hadn't realised before until I touched it. I think this is just loose, and I think it's just taped on. Let's see, take a bit more of the tape off. Oh yeah, there you go. I think it's just loose. Oh, there's some fixings inside that looks like they're snapped. I'm sure there's a better way of attaching that than that horrible piece of tape. I'm gonna get it off camera, tidy it up a little bit, clean it up, and see what I can do to get it to hold on better without some tape. The really sticky residue down here on the rubber, I don't want to use acetone on it, but Bulldog BDX, a couple of squirts on it, kind of dissolves it a little bit, so just rub it in with a tissue and it comes off. Hey! I'm just packing this mirror out with this kind of double-sided sticky tape with foam to get to the right sort of thickness, the little grip. As well as the sticky tape, I have now super glued a couple of little bits of pencil into the broken off clips. And I think that should just about then hold it into those top two holes. I've tried one and it does kind of grip, so done the other one. Let's see if it works. This would be a lot easier if I didn't have to film it. That, I think, has actually worked. Yeah, I think that works. It's pretty solid. That's fantastic. Yeah, I could really feel those pencils kind of slightly compress and grip because the wood's so soft. That's kind of perfect. Yes. Yeah, that's not wiggling off. There's a bit of tape is grabbing it in that corner, and then the two dowels of pencil. Fantastic, one job done. Next little job is let's get rid of this offensive Saga AXA tax disc holder. I don't like it particularly. It's not very period to the 80s, it's definitely from the noughties probably. I may also probably remove the rest of the stickers that are on the car because they just have all died so much that they really kind of make the car look a lot shabbier than it actually is. So I'll probably remove this Britannia Rescue one, also the National Trust one, which looks kind of mouldy, and the Give Blood one, which looks horrendous as well. It's a real shame because they are original stickers from the time, but they just really do kind of help make it look ancient and shabby. So if we remove those, that'll give it a big lift. Question is, will this come off nicely or will it leave a horrible amount of residue on the windscreen? Only one way to find out. I think we might be alright. Hey, there it is. Oh, that looks better already. We'll bin that. Sorry, Saga. Right, let's try this Britannia Rescue one. See if this also comes off just as nicely as the one, Saga one. Oh, yeah, that's not too bad. Tease that off, I think. I do feel a little bit bad taking this off, but it kind of looks like it's bled. Oh no, there's a little bit. Okay, the red is like a weird material. Well, I will do the rest of it on off camera and see how I get on. I will be back in a second. Well, there we are. It's off. It's in pieces on my knee, and I just need to get a little bit of acetone or something, just clear off the last of the residue. Cool. And bye-bye Give Blood sticker. Sorry. Okay, this next job is going to be a highly satisfying one. So, the mk2 Cavalier has a little feature that's one of my favourites on it, and that is the parcel shelf cords. Let me show you. So the cords go down into the parcel shelf and go into this channel and have an elastic attached to them, going all the way through the channel, meaning that when you close the tailgate, they get sucked in theory, into the channel and don't do what this one is about to do, which is go over the rubber of the seal and get caught up in that. So the elastic in my channel has failed. It's probably 40 years old. So I'm going to undo these, take them out and put on some new elastic and see if it sort of sucks back in as it's supposed to do. Okay, I've brought my parcel shelf inside. The reason I brought it inside and not just the cord is that I just can't undo that knot. It's been together for 40 years and it won't undo very easily, so I thought, let's just bring the whole thing. So you can see the end of the cord is sewn to a piece of elastic, which is sort of that length, which then is tied around the opposite end of the parcel shelf just there. So I'm just going to sew in a new piece of elastic on both of them, and then we'll go back to the car and kind of test the tension where we need to have it. Right, new elastic has been sewn on there, and I've put the end of it on a big stick, which I'm going to now poke through the parcel shelf. Just get it through to the other side. There it is. Perfect, done. Just do the other side and then we'll go back out to the car and get it fitted. Okay, they are in and tied in place, so they kind of rest about there, which is about right for the clip on the boot. And if I pull it up and let it go, it sucks itself back down. Same with this side, pull it up, sucks itself back down. So let's attach it to the boot and see how we go. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you can see that now the cord is only very, very short. It sucks out. Knot kind of holds the parcel shelf in the right place, and when I close the boot, it gets sucked in. Hey. Fantastic. So there is a little bit of a misfire on startup, especially when it's cold. I think it's only running on 3 cylinders for a minute or so. So I think as a matter of course I will change the HT leads, the distributor cap and the rotor arm. The spark plugs have already been changed by the guy who sold it to me, but as I take the HT leads off, I will have a look and just check to see whether they look new in case he lied. I'm sure he had. As you can see, this distributor cap is reasonably older, though I have had it off and it did look decent enough condition inside, but hey, we'll replace it anyway. They're really cheap. And then we've got all the HT leads here to replace as well, and the one over there to the coil. So hopefully by the magic of television the next shot will be nice new ones. Okay, there we go, new HT leads, rotor arm and distributor cap in place. So shall we see if it starts with the new system? It runs, so at least they work. That's good. Right, let's get cracking with these boot struts. I've actually bought some proper branded ones, Magneti Morelli. They actually came from Latvia, because I've had real problems before with kind of cheap aftermarket ones where they just feel so stiff and uncomfortable and horrible. So let's fit these and hopefully they will do a really good job. Okay, new one's fitted. Let's see what action there is to the boot. Oh, it's nice and smooth. Cool. Yay. I'm really happy with that. That's perfect. It's got a really nice action, which is brilliant. I definitely need to up my spend, I think, in future on boot struts, because they are just awful if they're unpleasant. They just kind of graunch and they're just horrible. Those are lovely. Well worth the money for Magneti Morelli. Happy days. Well, that I think is it for this video, the first sort of Vauxhall Cavalier video. Join me in the next video when I will be carrying on with a few more jobs on the car, particularly some internal jobs, radio and that kind of thing. So exciting times. See you soon. Bye.